Hello, City Council of Kenya. How does it look when the people do what they are employed to do? This information is found in the Local Government Act. Appointment of municipal officers and their deputies, county and town council officers, urban council officers is mostly appointed by the Public Service Commission. The qualifications of officers are qualified in accordance with Section 12 or Section 13 of the Advocates Act, or has not less than 10 years experience of local government administration and with consultation from Public Service Commission. Qualifications of town treasurer and treasurer of county councils or town councils: that they are a member of the Institute of Municipal Treasurers and Accountants Act, or has at least 10 years experience as a senior member of a local authority treasurer's department. There is consultation from Public Service Commission. Qualifications of town engineers and engineers of county councils or town councils: that they are a member or an associate member of the Institution of Civil Engineers or of the Institution of Municipal Engineers. This is with consultation with Public Service Commission. Status, power, and duties of town engineer and engineer: general responsibility for the engineering works of the local authority of which he is such officer, except where the local authority shall have made separate contractual arrangements therefor, and for the maintenance and repair of all roads, drains, streets, and bridges for which the local authority is responsible, and for such other matters as may be assigned to him by the local authority. Qualifications of medical officers of health and public health officers: they must possess such qualifications as may be described in relation to such office under the Public Health Act. Status, power, and duties of medical officer of health: this is the chief medical advisor for the municipal council and shall be responsible to the municipal council for all matters relating to health for which the municipal council is responsible. Status, powers, and duties of town clerk and clerk: this is the chief executive and administrative officer of the local authority of which he is the town clerk or the clerk, as the case may be, and shall have the general responsibility of coordinating the whole of the work of the local authority. Status, powers, and duties of chief financial officer: the general responsibility for all matters of finance and accounts of the local authority. Accountability of officers: every officer employed by a local authority make out and deliver to the local authority, or as it directs, a true account in writing of all money and property committed to his charge, and of his receipts and payments, with vouchers and other documents and records supporting the entries therein, and a list of persons from whom or to whom money is due in connection with his office, showing the amount due from or to each. Every officer shall pay all money due from him to the treasurer of the local authority or otherwise as the local authority may direct. Disclosure by officers of interest in contract: give notice in writing to the local authority of the fact that he is interested therein. Not exact or accept any fee or reward whatsoever other than his proper remuneration. If any person fails to comply with subsection, he shall be guilty of any offense and shall, for every such offense, be liable to a fine not exceeding 2,000 shillings or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 months, or to both such fine and imprisonment. Any profit, fees, and reward may be recovered by the local authority before any court of competent jurisdiction. Reference in this section to a local authority shall include reference to a joint committee appointed under Section 93 or to a joint board constituted under Section 104. Any officer who is convicted of an offense under this section shall be dismissed forthwith from his office, and Section 127 shall not apply to such dismissal. Restriction on engaging in private practice, etc. An officer in the full-time service of any local authority shall not, except with permission from the local authority, engage in private practice, render any professional assistance, or advice to any person otherwise than in connection with or in the course of his employment by the local authority. The work of the local authority. A local authority may establish and maintain woodlands, health services, disinfecting services, locusts and other noxious insects, explosives and magazines, fencing of plots, statistical information, recreation grounds, boating, other amenities, games and recreation, apparatus for games, refreshment rooms, letting of recreation grounds, boating establishments, markets, public weighing machines, art galleries, museums, etc., barns, radio and television, information centers, wildlife, camping grounds, public monuments, social services, destitute persons, child welfare, theaters, publicity, scientific research and charitable organizations, air and telephone services, game parks and wildlife, removal of trees, etc., obstructions, movement of livestock, preservation of trees. Every municipal council and county council or town council shall have power to establish, control, manage, maintain, and contribute schools and bursaries, powers authorizing omnibus and vehicle services, cattle cleansing, hides and skins, unauthorized cultivation, bushfires, brick making and quarrying, produce inspection, agricultural and livestock undertakings, famine relief crops, game parks, forests, rehabilitation centers for beggars, shops in rural areas. Every municipal council and, except in regard to matters contained in paragraphs A and H, every town council and every urban council shall have power with sanitary services, public lavatories, ambulances, cold storage works, slaughterhouses, manufacture of byproducts and to purchase animals, milk, rats and vermin, naming of streets, aerodromes, fire brigades, registration of baths, open spaces, buildings for public purposes, planting of trees, etc., lighting of streets, pounds, cemeteries and crematoria, washing of clothes, lodging houses, restaurants, etc., footway, unwholesome matter, animals, birds, etc., insects and pests, musical instrument, ferry boats, public amusements, bicycles, common pasture, swimming baths, protection of works, advertisements, places of public amusement, powers to control trades and occupations, hawking, barbers, second-hand good dealers, rag and flock manufacture, noxious industries. Offensive traders, other trades and occupations, disinfectations, business permits, applications for licenses, planning, burials, housing and advances for housing, water supply, diversion and canalization of streams, additional powers relating to water, works of the supply of electricity, light, heat, and power. Certain powers, duties, and provision relating to roads and ferries, control and vesting of public streets in municipalities and townships, powers of local authorities to take materials for roads and works, power respecting the permanent closure etc. of streets and roads, powers relating to ferries and toll bridges, saving in respect of national and international roads, delegation of functions relating to trunk roads. Also, transfer of road functions to road authority and arrangements for discharge of such functions. Power of county councils or town councils to delegate functions. Relinquishment of functions by urban councils. Powers of county councils where there is no county division. Power to make bylaws. Order to affix to premises notice of conviction for sale etc. of unsound food. There you have it. City Council of Kenya. How does it look when the people do what they are employed to do? Thanks for watching. Bye.